It arrived perfectly packaged, resting on dry ice, the kind of care given to something fragile and expensive. Belgian chocolate, triple layered, sealed with precision. Tucked beneath the lid was a small handwritten note. Happy birthday, love. Thought you liked something sweet. I stared at the box for a long while, longer than I should have. The last time she'd baked for me, it had been banana bread. That was 2 years ago. She'd smiled then, not out of politeness, but with a genuine warmth that made me believe, back then, that everything still mattered. But this cake felt like ceremony, like punctuation at the end of the sentence I hadn't fully realized was ending. She had left 6 months earlier. She said we were stagnant, that she needed space, growth, air. Her voice was smooth, polished, almost rehearsed, as if she had practiced her exit lines in the mirror so often that even her tears knew their cue. I didn't cry. You don't cry when the blade's already halfway in. You simply wonder how long it had been there, unnoticed, slicing you quiet. After she left, I moved back in with my mother. It was humbling, sure, but necessary. Rent-free meant breathing room, and I used that space well. She thought I would decay, waste away in self-pity. Instead, I built something, a logistics consultancy. It started with just me and an old laptop on a rickety desk. Then came the clients, the contracts, the growth, the control. Success, I've learned, isn't loud. It's in early mornings, quiet dinners, invoices paid on time. She never once asked how I was. Silence, uninterrupted, until the cake. And the very next day, her call. How was the chocolate cake? She asked, her voice smooth but thin beneath the surface. I smiled. Even now, I can feel the sharp pull of that smile, like drawing a wire taut across the throat. My mother ate it all. The pause that followed sliced the air like a scalpel. What? Are you serious? The tremor in her voice was barely there, but I heard it, like a spider's web fracturing under too much weight, a tone you only catch when you know someone far too well. Then my mother called. Her voice was trembling. I don't know what's happening, she said. My heart's racing. My vision's blurry. I rushed her to the hospital. They told me she was lucky. Whatever she had ingested was already breaking down in her system. Enough to disorient, maybe worse, but not enough to kill. The evidence was gone, melted, digested, out of reach. I sat beside her hospital bed all night, listening to the rhythmic beep of the monitors, watching the Ford drip like the tick of some invisible countdown. That was the moment, not the moment I broke. I had already broken. That was the moment I started counting. We had met in college. She carried herself like royalty, a slight tilt of the chin, eyes that always seemed to scan the room for something more. But beneath it was a strange softness that pulled me in. My family had muscle. Hers had money. My father laid bricks for 30 years. Her father laid investments across continents. I chased her because I wanted to feel worthy. She married me because I was a rebellion, something her father couldn't explain at the country club. But rebellion ages poorly, especially when the bills come and the novelty wears thin. Especially when the husband refuses to play dress-up at charity galas anymore. I once overheard her on the phone, whispering to someone else. She called me predictable. Not to my face, of course. She was smarter than that. But the distance began to grow after that. Late nights, silent meals, the subtle way she pulled her hand away when I reached for it, as though my touch were made of lead. By the time she left, I wasn't surprised. But the cake, that was different. That meant she was still thinking of me, and not with kindness. I didn't go to the police. Not yet. I didn't want noise. I wanted truth. So I traced the cake. Quietly. It wasn't difficult. A boutique gourmet kitchen in Vermont. She hadn't sent it herself. Of course not. A courier had been paid in cash. But people make mistakes. She used her assistant, the one I had met briefly, with the eyes that blinked just a beat too slowly. I leaned on him. Not threats, just questions, pressure, casual reminders of things he didn't realize I had noticed. He cracked quickly. She had asked him to arrange something special for my birthday. The strongest batch, she said. Whatever was in that cake, it was meant for me. My mother ate it because she thought it was love. I didn't confront her. That would have been too generous. Instead, I made her irrelevant. Her new boyfriend, the unpredictable one. I found him. He was laundering money through a shell company, some bloated tech startup built on smoke and mirrors, a few quiet calls to the right tax consultants, and I became an anonymous whistleblower. Another call, and I quietly acquired controlling interest in the startup's logistics provider. I didn't sabotage the company. I simply bled it slowly. Margin squeezes, shipment delays, lost deals, death by 1,000 cuts. 2 months later, he dumped her. She spiraled. Her trust fund dried up. Her father cut her off with the kind of surgical precision only the ultra-rich can afford. I'd made sure of it. His name had crossed my contracts more than once. He didn't tolerate scandal. She tried freelancing, some blogs, some travel vlogs, but it went nowhere. No traction. No audience. No money. Then she called me. Her voice was small, like the girl I'd once met, not the woman who had tried to bury me beneath chocolate. "I was just thinking about you," she said. "I miss talking." I said nothing. Silence is heavy when it comes from someone you once loved. She waited for a response. I ended the call with a whisper. "I hope you don't send cake to anyone else." Every Sunday, I visit my mother. We drink tea together. She still doesn't know what was in that cake. I never told her. Some truths serve no purpose once the threat has passed. Every year, when my birthday rolls around, she bakes banana bread, warm, simple, honest. This year, she offered to add chocolate chips. I told her no. The taste still lingers.